This is a Nekko Media podcast.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Welcome, cinephiles and cinebites, to a new Cinebite, number 55. I be your host, Annika P., the bringer of chains and fucker of faces. There's a lot more to it, but I'll save it for later. Mox and Ono are joined by Jbird and Gemini of Skinharvest, as well as Mary. She be in the background though, just listening. Skinharvest are a metal band based in Tampa, Florida. The boys talk music, inspiration, stories on the road, the Florida metal scene, and all its glory. It was a hell of a time. Schrody's Ladder.
Welcome to the show, Jbird and Gemini of Skinharvest. And to Cinephiles and Cinebites, the first metal band on the show. I gotta say, the name Skinharvest is really dope. Like, I get chills from that. Is there any cool backstory to that band name?
Yeah, that was a name. This is David Gemini. I came up with that name after a lot of thinking and tossing things around, and it's kind of up to the listener or the fan's imagination. But at the time, I was dating several different women, and I said, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm pretty much just involved in harvesting their skin here because, the girls come and the girls go, and a lot of times we're left with just the thoughts in our head. So, I kind of tried to put that into some kind of perspective, and it was a little bit abstract, but it's worked well for us. And we really like the logo. It was designed by Mark Cooper of Mind Rape Art over in Orlando. He's a well-known and fabulous artist, and he's worked with us in the past. So we commissioned him to do the logo for us, and it came out spectacular.
Awesome.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really dark. That's really dark.
It is. I've even had people like my family say, "What's that all about?" And I say, it's just an abstract name. It doesn't really mean anything. It's about four guys that got together that have the same musical influences and the same musical goals. And we just wanted to put a name on it so that people can recognize us and identify with us and get in and rock the fuck out with us.
Oh, nice. I gotta ask.
That'd actually make a pretty good horror movie title, I think, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
man, I've been a horror buff all my life. I started off when I was a kid watching horror movies, and as I grew up, I got into the Dario Argento and Evil Dead, and just progressed from there. And, started getting into the foreign horror films and looking more at the way the guitar or the music or the drums and the way they go in the studio and put the soundtracks to the music depending on the scene. So that's something we're really, really interested in and pursuing as well.
Nice. Yeah, there are a lot of
bring a little bit of flavor to what the viewer's seeing on the big screen.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys? I know you're interested in getting on soundtracks, but are you also interested in scoring?
Oh, absolutely. That's a situation really where you got to have the movie or the trailer playing in front of you and working with the producers and the editors to kind of get an idea of what kind of feel we're going for, whether it's an explosive moment in the film or whether we're looking to build tension and those kind of things. And, me personally, this is David Gemini, being a musician all my life. It's pretty easy for me to translate those feelings and emotions over to the guitar. So it's definitely on the plate for us, for sure.
That is awesome. So, you guys want to tell us how Skinharvest came together?
Again, this is David Gemini. I'm the lead guitarist. Jason Mooney and I, who is the wonderful percussionist and multi-talented drummer for this band. We've been friends for about 15 years. And we started off with a death metal band that we put together. We kind of met up one weekend and got together and decided to give things a whirl. And we just sort of rehearsed off the top of our heads and realized that we had a lot of talent between the two of us. So Tampa Bay is well known all over the world as being the death metal capital of the world. We've got bands that came out of this region such as Nasty Savage, Sabotage, and then we progressed on into the big death metal bands such as Cannibal Corpse, 6 Feet Under, Obituary, Morbid Angel, Deicide. A lot of bands from this area have really, made an identity for themselves in the death metal genre. So Jason and I originally were doing that, and we discussed things more and more, and decided, you know what, we're going to take a stab at something more along the lines of a Stone Sour, Slipknot, FM radio type of deal. So we wanted to add more melody to the music, do away with the growling Cookie Monster vocals, and really get into something that, and not to be misunderstood, that's something we grew up on, and we used to play that kind of music, but we decided to really grow and mature as musicians and bring that to this project, the Skinharvest. So what we wanted to do is bring the emotions in the vocals and the lyrics and come up, compose, write the music to go along with that, and really take the listener on an emotional journey with us. And that's how we really got along to the lines of what we wanted to do. So we've got 4 great guys. We all see the same vision for this band. And as you guys all know, by the release of our latest hit single, Sick, we wrote that about, the kids being bullied in school and, some of the shootings we've had here in the United States and certainly around the world. We all scratch our head and say, why do the kids do this? Well, it's because of the way that other people are treating them, and they can't take it anymore. So we really wanted to express that emotion in our music, and I think that comes with maturing as a musician. Certainly, we can play hard and fast with the best of them, but we wanted to have somebody that could really sing and express that to the listener.
Well, I think that definitely comes across in Sick, that whole journey and the incorporation of melody. Will the entire album kind of have that feel, or will it be a couple of tracks with that abrasive Cookie Monster type vocal? I actually love that kind of vocals.
Yeah, and we discussed about maybe doing an end track with the blast beats. Myself, I used to do the vocals for the band that Jason and I originally started. We were called Tower of Dementia at the time, and nice. We're good friends with all the death metal bands here. And so, again, we didn't really want to follow the pack. We broke away from it, but that's something I think we're going to do as like a last track on the CD, just to give our listeners a little taste of that. And just like Corey Taylor and Jim Root and Nick Thompson, and the guys in Slipknot, they do Stone Sour on the side. So that's always an option for us. But I think for the focus of Skinharvest, our influences being everything from Van Halen to Judas Priest to Black Sabbath and onto the newer stuff, King Diamond, like I said, Cannibal Corpse and stuff. We really want to keep with the melodic vocals and the dark guitars, the heavy bass sound, and we want to make it a bit more commercial so that it's accessible to a wider audience. We really are performers at the end of the day, and we really want to bring this stuff to the world.
Awesome.
I gotta ask, what's on your current playlist? What are you listening to these days?
I'm going to turn that over to Jason Mooney here. Listen, that stuff is the wrong thing to do. I'm going to tell you right now, because here you got a guy here that I was raised and born on funk.
Oh, okay.
I was brought up on TSOL, DRI, GBH, the Cro-Mags, stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
And then Slayer and Venom and Exodus came later. So I did punk first and went into that. Yeah. But I'm like a long-haired backwoods country boy. And I'm a half Indian, so here's the thing. I mix in on the playlist Hank Williams Jr., David Allan Coe, Johnny Cash,
Waylon Jennings, Jerry Jeff Walker, John Prine. I even listen to Tim McGraw. And don't ask me how this all comes into play as far as where it comes into Skinharvest, but I always say this, my body's cut up in thirds. It's cut up into thirds of punk, metal, and country music. And I can't speak for the other guys in the band, but I am a hardcore outlaw country, what's the word I'm looking for?
A rebel.
Yeah, like an old school rebel. And here's the thing, I don't feel that country music is country music anymore. And if I wasn't playing in Skinharvest, I would be playing with Johnny Cash 30 years ago.
Nice.
Because I feel that's real country music. As far as metal's concerned, I think it's went completely way off path, as it always has, and it gets more commercial and whatever. And the only things that I consider metal right now that I like are probably something like Five Finger Death Punch and maybe Slipknot. And it breeds that thrash and speed metal thing into it, even though that's not what we're doing. As far as the punk thing is concerned, that was a genre that went through that you will never, ever see again, and it will never come back. What I liked about the punk thing was no one cared how they looked. They didn't care if they played shitty or good, which I don't know if that's a good thing.
It was all about attitude.
It was total attitude and enforcement and aggression and just bringing it to the table in some sweaty fucking nightclub where you made $10 a night. So what I'm doing with Skinharvest as a drummer is I'm bringing all three, I guess, ingredients of that formula to the table. And you're talking to a guy that went in to replace Paul Belstoff and Slayer in 96 and 02.
Oh, wow.
After Paul quit twice and Lombardo quit twice. And I remember telling Slayer's management, I can't find something that I can fit into that harmoniously blends punk and metal. And a friend of mine said to me, well, there's tons of bands that do that. And I says, no, there's not. No, there's not. If you blend punk and metal together, you get Slayer. And I couldn't find a band that did that. So I'm like, if I'm not going to do that with a bunch of 50-year-old guys, I don't want to do it at all. I got to recreate something new and do something different. Skinharvest, my thing with this is, right now with the band, I got sick and tired of playing parts live in the studio and having everyone going like this. Can he do it? Here comes this part. It's coming really fast. Can he nail it? Can he nail it? And no one cared. It's like being a machine. So I thought this, you know what? Why don't I back up as a drummer and let the vocalist and the guitar player and the bass player lead the show? I'm going to kick the fuck back and have a beer and light an incense and go like this. You guys can do the work now. I want to hear catches and hooks. I want to hear stuff like AC/DC and Godsmack and shit I grew up on, and just hear a really damn good fucking rock song. Instead of me going like this, let's see how fast we can go. Let's see if I can snap my wrist. Let's see if my calf muscles can blow out of my fucking ass. I'm done with it. I've been doing this since I was 17 years old. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to hear good vocals. I want to hear good catches and hooks, good heavy riffs. I don't care if it's B flat, C sharp, or E. This is what we're doing now. And I finally found the right four guys for the right formula. You know, I don't know if you're feeling me on that or what, but, you know, that's what I'm saying.
I'd like to interject something.
Yeah.
You know, my experience as a guitarist playing with Jason, he's got a wide variety of influences as a drummer. And he's able to mix and blend those influences with the material we're writing and performing in rehearsals. And he brings a lot to the table. So not only can he play the powerful blast beats and the double kick drums phenomenally, but he also knows when to slow down and let Adam step in with some good vocals, some good melodic stuff. And he starts at that point playing with a little more power, almost something you'd see like with a Tommy Lee or, you know, like a power drum. So I appreciate that he's able to let the music breathe a little more rather than just run gung-ho from start to finish. Me, myself, I'm not a big country guy. I grew up on death metal, hardcore black metal, satanic metal, all that stuff. But, you know, I really like a few bands that are out these days. Bands like Heartsick, My Dear Addiction, Once Human, even stuff like Creator, who have been around forever. And of course, I can always throw on some Judas Priest and listen to it, but then I'll turn around and listen to Morbid Angel. So we've got all these influences, and you just got a bunch of smart guys here that really love music. It's our love, our life, our passion. We live this way, and we brought the influences to this music in a way that we're able to perform, write, and bring it to the masses with more breathing in the songs. There's more room to breathe and kind of understand. And I think the emotion in the music translates better to the listener when you have highs and lows in the song, rather than just go fast from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, question for you. I got a question for you.
Sure.
Three songs, okay? Before I went to bed last night, or this morning, or whatever it was, guess what 3 songs I listened to?
Can't imagine.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I listened to Hank Williams, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Then I listened to the Thompson Twins, Hold Me Now. And then I listened to Pantera, Walk. How's that for fucked up?
Oh, shit. Yeah, you can fall asleep to those.
I like that range of eclectic bedtime playlist.
I'm a different bird, boys.
Yeah, he really is, and we all know how whacked out these drummers are. But I tell you, when Jason gets on the stage with Skinharvest, he's playing our music, and it rocks the fuck out, man. You can expect to see something along the lines of a Slipknot. We're definitely dark, but we have that emotion and that feeling in our music, man. And we're so happy to have the fans. We love all you guys in Hawaii, and we just really, really can't wait to see everybody out there.
I'll tell you something, guys. As a drummer, I'm going to tell you something right now. Drummers that come from the metal genre, they have something to prove. And they always want to improve their arts, which is cool. I'm not looking at doing that anymore at all. I'm not looking at getting any better or, getting faster on my feet, my hands, or whatever. I'm getting more tasty and more classy. What they call, I'm complimenting the parts.
This is a guy who was a 2-time finalist for Slayer. Make no mistakes, he's brutal.
But here's the thing: I don't want to have to prove myself anymore. Going, you know what? Look how fast I can go. Look what I can do.
Yeah.
I respect that, and I'll tell you something right now. I'll go see Cyndi Lauper and Cher at a concert, and I'll still go see Deicide and Morbid Angel. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do either forms of music like that.
Yeah.
I just want to bring to the table what enhances Skinharvest to make the songs as great as possible.
Right.
Because let's face it, if you listen to the song Back in Black from AC/DC, it's something I call timeless. You're always going to love it. It's always going to be good. You listen to Jamie's Crying, Van Halen, you're going to hear the opening roll on the toms. Is that difficult to do? No. But you're always going to remember that even when Alex is in the ground. That's what I'm trying to enhance and do right now is come up with parts that enhance the band to make it tasty and colorful and do great on it, I don't care about playing fast anymore. I don't give a shit about it.
You play fast. Oh,
well, I try not to.
We had to teach him how to breathe a little bit, man, because
Tell me how to slow down, motherfucker. I'm trying.
We all come from that background, and that's one of the most amazing things about this band is the ability to translate that into something more emotional for our listeners.
And here's the thing, guys. Try bringing a rock band out of Tampa, Florida, which is the cradle of death metal. Right. It's a bitch, man, because everybody wants what came out of here.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do something different. There is no Guns N' Roses out of Tampa. There is no Pantera out of Tampa. There's no Anthrax out of Tampa. There's no Fleetwood Mac out of Tampa. There's no, I can't even think of the other word. But here's the thing. We're going to be the next big rock band that comes out of Tampa. How's that sound?
Oh, nice.
That sounds great. I like that.
Yeah.
You're going tastiness over technique and emotion over just one, repeated stab. I feel like horror movies kind of have become that.
Right. It's the ability to mature as a musician and translate emotion into the music. Because let's face it, we all have our favorite song we listen to, when we're feeling up or feeling down, or, you just got off work and you want to throw some obituary in there and really rock the fuck out. But there's other times on a Sunday you may be hanging out with your girlfriend or whatever, and you guys are listening to something a little more easygoing and spiritual. So we bring it all to the table. I'm telling you, man. But it's always going to stay dark. It's always going to be heavy. And like I said, we just can't wait, man, to perform for all you guys out there.
Nice.
I know you spoke about the inspiration for Sick, but when you're, I guess, how do you guys work as far as writing songs? Is it a collective thing, or you guys kind of just individually bring something you might be working on, or how does that go?
Well, here's what we did. Jason and I, when we first formed the band, we went through quite a long period of auditioning for singers. And we would have guys come in that were either, like Meshuggah, that were really, really heavy, or, we had a guy show up. We had a guy show up from a Christian band, and he played at church every Sunday. So we had the whole gamut of different types of individuals come in, and we're good guys, we're friendly to everybody, and treat people with respect. But the day came when Adam walked through that door, and I said, well, let me take a look at your writing, and lo and behold, he pulled a notebook out stacked with just poems and songs and writings. And I said, now that's what a vocalist does. A vocalist writes. And he was one of the first guys we had as a singer that came in and actually brought his own material that he had written. So I looked at Jason and said, this could be our guy.
Hey, listen, I gotta intervene real quick. Can I swear?
Oh yeah.
Can I swear?
Go for it.
We don't want to break any FCC regulations.
My first meeting with Adam was on the telephone. David gave me the telephone. I'm like, I'm so sick of auditioning these guys, these jackasses that suck. So I can put this guy on the phone, right? And I go like this, hello, cocksucker. And he goes to me like this. The last time someone said that to me, they had a black eye. And I go like this, you better be as good as you said that everyone says you are in Tampa, or you're not walking through this fucking front door. And he goes, I'm coming right now. And we've been good friends ever since, Yeah. Sometimes you gotta muscle them a bit,
As far as getting back to your original question, though, usually what we'll do, me as the guitar player and Bobby as the bassist, we'll sit down together in the same room, crank the amps up, and work on ideas that we bring to rehearsal. So what we do is we'll flesh the ideas out until we have some really good riffs together, and adjust the timing or whatnot. And then Adam will come right in, and he's already got 300 pages of songs that he's written. So he already knows where he wants to go based on what he's hearing with the drums, the bass, and the guitar. And so with Sick, he told me, he said, wait a minute, stop. So I stopped playing. He says, play that riff again. And I started playing it again. He goes, okay, now stop. Now, Jason, get ready. We did a countdown. We went into it. And he went through his pages, and he pulled out Sick. He had already written the lyrics. And, I mean, it just fell together like nothing. And we were just amazed that a guy of that caliber, he already knows where he wants to go with the vocals and the lyrics based on what we bring to the table. So we're all best friends. We get along great. There's no, fighting behind the scenes in this band. We love people. We're, and we can all sit in the same room and write and rehearse. And that's basically how we do it in a live setting in the rehearsal room until we flesh the songs.
One thing I want to say about that is this. Out of all the bands I've been in, I think 20 now. I can't even keep count anymore. This is since 87. I've lived in 9 different states in the United States and cities, all over the place. I am a drum whore. I got to say something with Skinharvest. Here's what's really cool about it.
We're just here, period.
Well, hold on a second. As far as being open to ideas, I've been in bands where the guy won't show up the next day because he doesn't like the idea, or somebody told him to do something, his amp or whatever. This band can stop after 30 seconds of playing, going like this. You like that? You don't like this? Am I sucking? Are you sucking? Can we fix this? 4 guys to do that. Tell you something. I played with Paulo from Trivium. I played with the Slayer guys. I played with Sacred Right out in Arizona. I played with Josh Todd from Buck Cherry. People get like a whiny fucking bitch. And they go, well, I'm leaving. I don't want to be here tonight.
Yeah.
You don't like my riffs, you don't like my whatever. We can sit in a room with this band for the first time in my life and go like this. Do you want me to do something better?
Yeah.
Do you want me to change it up?
Yeah.
And we just, it's mutual. When you have that family thing in a band, it can make a run for 20 years and do really good.
It's such an extremely positive, like I said, there's no fighting, there's no arguing. It's all constructive and positive, man. And at the end of the day, it's still hard work, but nobody's getting pissed off. Nobody's catching an attitude. And I think that really translates in the music and in our live shows as well.
I said this to our manager, Meredith Bogart Brown, the other day. I said, I've known David, the guitar player, for 15 years. I go, you're not going to believe this? We've never had an argument or a disagreement. Isn't that odd? I mean, friends as bros sometimes take swings at each other.
Yeah.
We've never fought. We've never argued. We've agreed on the same stuff, from fishing baits to music. So I go, when you get that, that's something you got to hang on to. It's something sacred.
It really is.
And it becomes your family. It's like, because my family's not my family anymore, and I'm not going to go into that. But I mean, your band becomes your family. And if you get 4 guys, 3 guys, 5 guys, that becomes your way of living.
How many people in this world actually have 5 really good personal friends that they can love and count on and trust? I mean, 0. It's so hard to find that kind of camaraderie and friendship between individuals. And when you have that, you feel happy as a musician, happy as a person. You're more content, you're more satisfied. And when those problems about personality differences are gone out of the picture, we're able to really, really, really translate that into music.
Think about it this way, bro, just on a personal level. Here in America, we live in a society right now where everyone's still messed up on drugs, and you meet someone one day and they leave the next day and do whatever. We live in a household where I can put my wallet on the counter and no one's going to take $1 out of it. You know what I mean? No one's going to rob you or steal from you or do whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I got myself a brotherhood. I got myself a family. And we have a mutual friendship where we're like this. Are you out of gas? Do you need some gas? Does your kid need diapers? Is the power getting shut off? Here's some money, bro.
Yeah.
And that is the truest sense and form of artist, brotherhood, band, and whatever.
You got to have that, because when you're out on a tour bus for 6, 7, 8, 10 months, and you're living together, obviously you got to be able to get along. How many stories have I heard about successful bands that they end up beating each other up in the parking lot after a gig one night?
Yep.
You're never going to see that with us. We're going to bring the most powerful live show full of positive and dark energy. The fans are absolutely going to love it, man, because we're real.
Nice.
I want to say this, too. Now, I'm going way off fucking course here right now, okay? And I'm not sounding male chauvinist, okay? Women don't cook anymore, okay? Hey, hold on a second now.
Can you cook for me?
If men cook food, it doesn't mean you're a fag, okay? Everyone in this band cooks food.
Yeah.
And they're like this, what are we all eating tonight? And I think that's really cool, because one person will cook, the other person will cook, and we'll go, who's hungry? Who needs food?
Yeah.
Right.
And listen, a lot of guys will just go like this, I ain't fucking eating shit, man, unless I go to fucking Burger King, right?
Oh, boy.
We get into our cooking and we go out in the Gulf of Mexico at midnight, bro, in a kayak. And we will grab fish in the middle of the darkness at midnight, where you can die. You can die with waves. And Dave will bring a sea trout back to the stove and go, who's hungry?
Let's eat it.
And we'll cook the fish right in the stove for everybody, and everybody eats.
Wow.
I think it's like an Indian thing, man.
A lot of good vibes, man.
It's all a good thing
in this camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait to bring it out on the road, I tell you.
Nice. Yeah, y'all have to cook for me sometime.
Absolutely, my friend.
You like fish and rice or not?
Almost dangerous fish.
When you're from Hawaii, you must.
I hear you guys got that good mahi out there.
Oh, yeah.
All day long, my friend. All day long.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, sweet, man.
Hey, question for you.
Yeah.
We're going off course now.
Okay, no
You
problem.
got a lot of beaches there, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of beaches.
Now I'm going somewhere else with this. Are they all nude beaches or no?
I don't know any.
On Oahu, I don't.
It's all fucking skyscraper hotels and volcanoes, man.
So they can wear. Can you wear a thong and that's it, or what? Hawaii,
yeah.
I gotta come there.
I know you can wear a thong. Yeah, I've seen some thongs at like the popular beaches, so I think that's acceptable.
When we come play Hawaii, ladies, mark my words, Jason Mooney will be wearing a thong behind the drum kit.
Oh,
I do wear a thong while I play, and I'm not a gay man.
It's so goddamn hot on a fucking stage, man. You can't have it.
Oh, the last time I played drums on stage, a couple months ago, everyone said to me, wear your leather pants, which I have on right now.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what? I never did that before because drummers wear shorts because you sweat, right?
Right.
The lights were so close to my head, and there was no breathing room. There was no fans, no air conditioning, and I'm wearing leather. So I'm getting towards the end of the set, and I'm like this. I think I'm having a heart attack. I think I'm having a stroke, right? And this was up like in Chicago or something. It's like 38 degrees out. I finished the last hit on the cymbal. I run outside, and there's bare concrete. I took all my clothes off, and I laid on the cement. And the promoter comes up to me, and he goes, you're going to get pneumonia. Are you crazy? And I go, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. So I said to my guitar player at the time, I go, that's the last time a drummer wears leather, playing fucking thrash metal. Yeah. Oh, my God, man. That's tough to swallow.
A drummer can totally just be in his underwear playing, and no one would probably even notice. But
hey, listen, if I wouldn't get arrested, I'd just play naked.
Yeah.
Guys, we're just curious. We've never been out to Hawaii, and of course, we're down here in Tampa Bay, Florida.
I want to come there. I want to see what it's like.
We're going to be playing there for all of y'all.
Hey, real quick, I'm cutting you off right now. Hey, what's up with this dog, the bounty hunter guy down there? Is he still there?
No, he actually.
I don't know.
I think he's in Colorado now. Yeah.
Wasn't he down there like arresting all the Samoans and all that stuff?
He was here for a little bit, for sure.
Yeah. But then there was like some controversy on the news, and then we just kind of like never heard from him again.
Yeah, like I don't think he lives here anymore. Yeah, but
Well, no, I watched the TV show. I'm just being curious. I don't want to go too far off track.
Oh no,
But I watched the TV show, and I'm like, what's this big blonde-haired biker redneck doing in Hawaii? Like, busting up all my homies.
I know, right? It's funny.
Email, man.
Yeah.
I've only seen maybe like a couple episodes, but like, I think I was off in college when his popularity was rising, so I never got into it.
I just thought it's kind of a strange type of science. You know, it's like you move to Hawaii and go, I'm going to bust people and tell you the way to live your life and do things right. Well, you know what? I was born in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's like me going to an Indian reservation and going, you know what? I'm going to teach you how to not be poor anymore. And I'm going to teach you how to drink shit beer. And I'm going to teach you how to not do drugs. Well, we're fucked anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come in there and tell you to be unfuck you.
Right. But just think, all these guys guys that Dog the Bounty Hunter is looking for, they're just guys who miss their court dates. That's it. It's like,
basically, but they weave like a whole drama on it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool to see like local places on there. Be like, hey, I know that place.
Right. I know. Yeah. It's funny to see how.
Yeah, it's all Hollywood.
Oh, I've seen you before. Yeah.
So I was like, all right. But yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yeah.
So what's going on with the music scene in Hawaii these days?
It's.
Do you have a music scene there or karaoke?
Yeah, both actually.
Definitely karaoke.
Definitely karaoke. There's a lot of karaoke bars too.
We've all done some drunk karaoke from time to time.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, but
absolutely.
The music scene is very.
Do we get any? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's lively. Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a.
Cool. Do we get any heavy bands or any death metal bands?
Oh yeah, I think at one point like there's this thing called Metal Fest that goes on yearly. Yeah. And I think like Hatebreed was a regular band that would come down for like a number of years. But
we're gonna come out. We're gonna play those shows, And we want to see all you guys there, all our fans that are listening. Please come out. Don't be afraid to approach us. Say hello. Give us hugs. We love you all, man. We really do.
Hey guys, I'm going to tell you something right now that's going on with America. And I'm going to get a little bit into business and politics, maybe a little bit. All the live music venues are shutting down. They're shutting down. You know the whole pay-to-play thing? They have exhausted that so bad where a young kid doesn't want to buy a drum set or a guitar anymore because there's nowhere to play. So what they do is the landlords, jack the rent up, so you no longer have a live music venue. So now you have something called karaoke. So everyone goes in there and sings karaoke, going, hey, look how I can sing, look how I can do this and that, whatever. You got guys like us that have been doing this for decades. Well, now the karaoke shuts down because the rent goes so high up. So now you have neighborhoods filled up with crack, homeless people, bad jobs for $10 an hour. And you got guys like us going like this. Do we have to build a barn in the swamp and put a keg in the woods to bring kids in to see us play? It's about greed. Greed, greed, greed. So we were driving down US 19 the other day, and I said to David, I go, look at these empty black windows in these strip malls. Isn't something that you get better than getting nothing at all?
We had 2 rock clubs here that shut down, and they were both great venues.
Yeah.
One was called Bourbon Street, and the other one was called Insomniacs. And I'll tell you, man, used to bring out great crowds all the time. Well, the landlord raised the rent on the clubs by like over $1,000 a month, and we realized that club owners, yeah, and so
listen, if you're charging for a club $5,900 a month and you raise it to $6,900 a month to rent it out, and there's no kids coming to the show, your business is going to shut down. But you have what I call old millionaire money. The old millionaire doesn't understand the younger generation coming in that's making $10 an hour. If the kid can't come out of his house and pay $5 to see the band, that venue that those kids are coming in to pay $5 or $10 is going to shut down with the landlord that's charging $6,900 a month because it's Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
So you have all these empty, vacant venues up and down US 19, all the way down to Fort Myers, and they're going like this. What happened? I'm like, because you're a 67-year-old retard.
Guys, if you got money and you own property, open up a fucking rock or a metal club so that these young kids and middle-aged fans, so everybody can come out and see live music, man. We want to keep it going.
Bro, I say this. Listen, let's do the statistics on this, okay? 1987, okay? You're making $10 an hour working for a telemarketing firm or whatever you're doing, cleaning toilets. Now we're 20, 30 years into it. They're still paying you $10 an hour. All the rent's going up. The prices are going up. The food's going up. So now you got kids going on Xbox going like this. I'd love to go see this band, but I'm broke.
I'll sit home and do bong hits and play Xbox.
Yeah, because I can't afford my electric bill. I'm watching ticket prices across the United States, and I'm going like this. Really? $200 a ticket to see Marilyn Manson? Okay, what do? Do I go see Marilyn Manson, or do I pay my electric bill and have the power shut off, and we sweat like pigs?
We have
Come on, man.
We have to, as artists, take our fans' well-being into consideration. You're never going to see Skinharvest come and charge $30 for one of our kick-ass T-shirts.
Or $90 for a hoodie.
We would rather you have a T-shirt and something cool to wear around and show your friends. We're not interested in the money. We do this because we love it.
Nice.
If it wasn't for the music, if it wasn't for the music, I would not be here. I would be really smart, and I'd be a lawyer or a federal officer or a doctor, and I would just screw society and take all their money. But you know what? That's not in my soul. It's not in my soul to hurt people and exploit them for money. I do this because I'm like this. Maybe when I'm dead tomorrow or next week or next year, just maybe someone will go like this. I love that drum beat. I love that drum beat.
I never
That's what I'm
understood
about.
how these big bands can come tour They're getting $70 for nosebleed seats, upwards of $200 for good seats or in the front by the pit. Then you go to buy a hoodie, and they want freaking $90 for a hoodie. I mean, come on, guys. We're a rock band. We know what the shirts and the hoodies cost, and we buy them in volume. It's okay to make a couple bucks because the band has to survive. But we're not out to get over on anybody, and we certainly would like to see other bands with our attitude start to care about the fans a little more, man. It's not all about the money. It's about the love of music, the emotion, and this roller coaster we call life.
I'm going to quote John Bon Jovi, of all people, and I know him, okay? And I'm not going to go into that, okay?
Living on a prayer.
He said to me this: at the end of the day, whether you're a badass or a candy ass or whatever you want to call it,
I think that was
you want people to like you and listen to your music, right? He goes, yes. If people don't like you, you die. You're gone. So if people like you, cater to the people that like you. It's like me going like this. I'm selling you a hamburger. It doesn't taste good anymore. So I'm not going to buy it from you anymore. So listen, just be truthful and honest and give them good music and go listen. I'm not going to cheat you on the ticket prices. I'm not going to cheat you on merchandise, stickers, whatever. Just give them and deliver. Deliver what's the word I'm looking for? Deliver your honesty.
Yeah.
And you won't lose.
That's something we have pride in Skinharvest.
Deliver your honesty. Don't lie. Be a person that delivers your music. Write your lyrics. Say what you want to say. Listen, I'm a big fan of Rage Against the Machine. Mm-hmm. Zach De La Roca, my ex-roommate, went to high school with him in California.
Wow.
Everybody?
He said to me, he goes, dude, we're in the fucking high school, and they would throw a taco on the ground. They go, Zach, go get that taco. Go get that taco. And I go, well, no wonder he's so fucking pissed off, dude.
Yeah.
And what brought the rage out of him, And I go, listen, look at Zach from Rage Against the Machine. He doesn't lie.
He's honest about who he is. He's
honest about society, and they shut him down. They shut him down because he got so powerful through the American government. They were like this: back off, back off, back off. He's being truthful.
As an artist and musician, it's so important to always bring yourself to the audience, to the fans. There's countless categories of bands that, put face paint on, or there's something they're not, but you'll never see that with us. We're sincere guys, every one of us. We love people, we love music, and we're always going to bring that and deliver that every time.
Is it the band themselves that drive the prices, or do they sit around?
Well, it has a lot to do with management.
Well, hold on a second now. Here's the thing right now. If you have an org like Slayer that tours, you have to understand something now. In 91 or 92, it was $2,500 a week for a tour bus. Now a tour bus is $8,000 a week.
What?
A drum tech, a bass tech, a guitar tech is $25 an hour.
Wow.
So whatever you're getting,
lighting guy,
sound guy, lighting guy, merch guy, whatever. So you have to pay your crew. You got to take care of the family. So at the end of the day, you're going like this. Well, what do I got left to just express my art? And I'll tell you something right now. And I'm going off of this from Slayer. Carrie and Tom make $1,400 a night. Bostoff and Gary from Exodus make $650, $750 a night. Everyone complains. And I go, listen, come down to Tampa with us, with the death metal guys that are digging ditches, that are signed on labels, and they're making $100 a night. And Lombardo's fucking bitching about, I make $65,000 a year, and I'm like, motherfucker, is that better than being broke or unemployment or in the hood with the fucking crackheads? Are you fucking kidding me? Quit fucking bitching. You got a good life. And you don't have cancer, and you don't have diabetes. Chill the fuck out.
Be sincere. That's the most
important.
Be
real.
Message. Yep.
Listen, you put $100 cash in my pocket every day, I'm gonna go like this. Big kiss. There you go, buddy. Damn straight.
Nice.
I think that's
it's a cold world, man, and anything is good if you can do something that's not on the books, working a job and playing music
Right.
for. So I look at it this way, in a very layman's term, as I call it. You give me $500 a week under the table, and I can go on a tour bus. We're good. I can pay my rent. Good. I can keep my power bill on. Good. Right?
Nice.
You're feeling me, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We're all human in this world, man. So, a band has to be able to generate an income to survive and to pursue this passion that we all have.
Nice. Any
Right.
any like new songs in the works? Like any like a full length?
Oh, we heard something about voodoo.
Oh, absolutely. We have a full-length CD. We've probably got another 7 or 8 songs in development right now. The next one that's going to be released is a song entitled Voodoo Doll. Voodoo Doll. That was written by Adam. I wrote the guitar music. And what that song is basically an expression of a relationship that went bad. A girl, and if you listen to the lyrics when we release it, he says, first you wanted me, but now you're killing me. I'm like your voodoo doll. And the way he sings it's incredible. It's with so much passion and so much feeling. And again, I go back to the thing about being sincere as an artist. We are not afraid to expose the things inside of us that scare us or that have hurt us or that make us happy. And I think when you bring that truth in the music to the audience, it's something that they really can see very clearly and they can identify with it. And there's nothing fake about it, man. So the next song, Voodoo Doll, is about a broken relationship and the torture that it put on.
Let me interject here for a second and say this. You meet someone, man or woman, right? You go into it with the great intentions, right? Everything's going great, you're having sex and you're doing whatever, and maybe you have the baby and whatever. All of a sudden, someone starts poking at you, and I call that a needle. That needle going in is the voodoo doll, right?
Yeah.
So then you go like this. I don't like your hair color. Your teeth aren't white. You snore at night.
You came home late from work.
You came home late from work. You don't make enough money now. So you start sticking pins in, you're going like this. Well, you loved me in the beginning, but now you're going to torture me like a voodoo doll until I'm dead. And unless you go like this, I'm leaving or you're leaving. But you know what the whole thing with me is, bro? Come into a relationship with love. Sex is not based on love. People confuse sex with love. Let's face it. It's all hot and wet, right?
Woo.
It is.
Oh, yeah. We love it. We love it.
But what I always say is this. I've said this since I'm 18 years old. You have a roof over your head. You have to spend time with a companion 24/7/365. You have to have the same interests. You have to get along with each other. You have to deal with the smell in the bathroom. You have to rub each other's feet and do whatever. After 3 months of meeting someone, if you can't deal with that and you punch me in the face or call 911, we got a problem.
Damn.
Right?
All right.
And so that's what's
going on in America right now.
No one makes a musicians, though. We all have had these problems in our lives at one point or another.
Yeah. I never got a foot rub though.
So that's something we always want to write about, our things, experiences that we've had in life, and put our own Skinharvest spin on it. And that's something we really, really, really appreciate, is the ability to be able to expose ourselves. We're not afraid to say, hey, I've been hurt. Hey, I've been down. Hey, I feel good today. And, when you can bring that into your music, the fans can see that, You know how bands go like this? You know they hide stuff? They used to call it the term sweeping under the carpet. They hide shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something right now. About a year ago, we had 7 cops come to the door. There was a domestic violence shit, but no one got hit. It was just like this mess.
Right.
I opened the door up and I'm wearing basketball shorts and I'm half naked. And here's the TV show Cops. And they got that big beaver with the fucking stand shining in my face with the light. And I said, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. And they're like, whoa. And they back up and I go, you got permission to film this? And they go, no. I go, well, do you need it? And they go, no. I go, back the fuck up. And they start running backwards. And I didn't touch anyone. But they're there for like a 10 o'clock news break. What's going on at the Skinharvest house? What's going on? Well, you know what? Some crazy broad came over here to the band house and smashed the windows out. Well, did you hurt her? Did you put her hand on her? No, no one did shit. The broad's crazy, and she's on fucking crack and smashing windows out. I'm like, don't fucking confront me and act like I'm the bad guy because I got tattoos and fucking long hairs. So the cop's like, you want to go to jail? You want to go to jail for raising your voice? I'm like, raising my voice? No.
Is that a crime?
These are real problems in America. I will not sweep anything under the carpet. I will bring it right to the table and tell you what's going on. And I'll tell you something right now. Relationships in America, if you're in a band, a woman will kill it. They will kill it because they want the house, they want the car, they want the baby. And I don't want to have nothing to do with them at all.
That's bold.
This is our baby. This is our band. This is our monster and our mountain. And women come in and go, oh, you know what? I love your guitar playing. I love your drumming. And you know what they'll do? They're going to stick you right in the back as you're doing it. And you will lose your house and your home.
There's still a lot of good people in this world, man. And we have a lot of faith and confidence in that.
He's more confident than I am.
Well, like I said, we've all had trials and tribulations in life. And that's something that we write about is some of the experiences we've been through. So there's nothing fake here, man. We're going to bring it to you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If you write a song and you write down lyrics, I tend to think that you write down lyrics about something you went through.
Sure.
You don't want to constantly write down lyrics about bad things. You want to be positive.
Yeah.
I was up in Nashville for the last 8 months, and I had a bunch of country artists, approach me to write lyrics. Not join the band, write lyrics. And I'm writing these lyrics down, and it's all bad. And it's all about women. And the guy goes to me, do you know how to write anything positive? And I go, no. And he goes, why? And I go, because of women.
Oh, damn.
I have nothing positive to say about it.
Maybe there's a nice Hawaiian girl out there for Jbird. So when we come play there, you guys, please come up and say hi to us.
Yes.
No thanks, man.
Jbird,
I'll keep my wallet.
Show him hope. So Voodoo Child's coming out.
Here's the thing. I was a drum check on the Human Tour for Death. Drummer Sean Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Amazing. I did Europe and America.
Wow.
And there was nothing under 5,000 for Cedars. And I didn't want to do it because I was a drummer and I was like beyond myself. And I was like, well, I'm a drummer. I'm not going to be a tech.
Yeah.
And everyone's like this. Well, you're going to learn from the best of the best.
Right.
And Sean Reinhardt is a jazz drummer meets death metal via Miami guy.
Wow.
So I went on tour and we did Europe, United States, Iceland, Greenland, you name it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something right now. It was nothing under 5,000 seaters.
Wow.
That were packed every night. Unless Chuck, had one of his tangents and everything shut down.
Oh, man, he had me laughing so hard the other night telling me tour bus stories about Chuck.
Oh, Chuck would cancel a gig every night and go, you know what? Oh, my God, don't even get me going.
You're a death metal fan. You certainly know who Death is.
Yeah,
for
sure.
All the way from
like
spiritual healing,
individual thought patterns.
They called him the Godfather. They called him the Godfather of death metal, and he was absolutely miserable every single day.
Wow.
Everyone would tell him how to talk, what to say in interviews, and he's like, "Listen, I just want to be myself and make a paycheck." And he would get ripped off and just stressed out, and the band members would delegate his authority, and his brain would blow. And he's like, "Listen, dude, just let me do what I want to do." And it would be like this: Hulk, 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 Hulk. Finally, to the point where, at the end of the game, he got something called brainstem cancer, juvenile brainstem cancer. And he was itching by his ponytail, and he started getting dizzy. And he goes, the industry is driving me so nuts, I'm spinning. He goes, stop telling me what to do and let me do what I want to do. Well, you know what? He starts going blind. He's in the hospital. He dies at 34.
Wow.
And I'll tell you this right now, whether it's genetic or not, the industry killed him. And I will stick to that statement for the rest of my life. It stressed him out so bad it killed him.
Wow.
He's buying his parents a house. He's buying them cars. And he's like this, where's my paycheck? Why aren't I getting paid? And I'm just a drum tech on the tour. And I'm going, dude, calm down, smoke a joint. And he's shaking. Wow. All the time.
Damn.
People don't understand what it's like. Once you get rolling on the road, touring agencies, labels, and whatever, they will run you to the fucking ground. And you will not sleep. Everyone thinks it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You're looking at 3 hours a night of sleep.
Yeah.
And you will perform at 11 at night, get done, not sleep till 6 or 7, back up again and do interviews, foreign press, American press, no rest.
Wow.
You're not doing any fucking come home, fucking get off of work and make dinner.
Yeah.
There's no schedule. Your body's all upset. It doesn't know how to function.
It's a lot of hard work. And, one thing we've been able to do is we're looking forward to getting out and playing some arenas around the United States and Europe. We take good care of our health, We're not, none of us in the band are strung out. We all have, decent personal lives. And, again, we're able to just bring that to the music and be honest about who we are and, what we can to provide our listeners an amazing experience through the music, through the live shows.
Nice.
So we eat well, we sleep well, we work hard, we play hard, but, a lot of things have changed, man. It's not like you can be a band like Guns N' Roses and go out and, do blow all night or whatever they used to do back in the day and then go play a
special person.
No, man. We like to eat good, healthy food and be rested and be able to focus and be positive and happy. And we can still be dark, but I think if your body is in tune, you're able to survive the torture of being on the road a lot better.
Wow.
I'll tell you something right now, guys. I played for a Slayer tribute band out of Dallas, Texas called War Ensemble for 5 years. That's Pantera's home, right? Dallas. Everyone outside of Dallas, Texas knows Dimebag is an unbelievable guitar player, but a bad alcoholic. So I ran into people that were, directly connected with him, and he goes, dude, do you think you can record like that and play 5 Minutes Alone or Cowboys from Hell if you're an alcoholic? And I go, it's impossible. You can't even do that playing Slayer drumming. And he goes, dude, we just filmed The Good Times and the shot's going down. He's in the studio 13 times tracking over that. He goes, do you know how good you have to be to do that? You can't be an alcoholic and do that. But if you see someone going like this, shot, 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 the average public goes like this. There's an alcoholic. And I go like this. You're an idiot. You don't know how people film stuff. You can't be that good and be that off.
Yeah.
That is true.
The average American person is a retard. You have to understand. You're in there 10, 15 hours a day by yourself. Drums, guitar, bass, whatever, and you're locking it in. Tighter, 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 tighter. There's no alcohol. There's no drugs. There's no girlfriend, nothing. You are married to your science. But the average person goes, oh, I'd like to do a shot with that guy. Duh! That's not what's happening. You're seeing behind the scenes.
Yeah. I think there's a big misconception. People don't understand the amount of hard work, dedication, and effort that goes into, producing one song, much less a whole CD and a tour. So, again, we want to be that transparent to our fans and bring it with the music.
What you need is this. Right. 4 or 5 nights a week. I've done this since Jesus was a baby. 4 or 5 nights a week. Whether you have a 3-person band, 4-person or 5, you need everyone in that same room every night, 6 to 11. I don't know why I say 6 to 11. That's your rehearsal time, and you keep going until it gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And you need all your guys there to do that every week, 4 nights a week, for 3 months straight. Then you record, then you go on tour. If you can't get everyone on track to do that, your band will fall. It's a lot of hard work, guys. Yeah, you can't have a band member that's out there like going, I'm coming back 3 weeks later. You're a unit. You're a gang. You're a tribe. All day and night. That's it.
So I know you guys are interested in getting into the horror movie scene, and I know that Gemini, you're a humongous horror fan. Do you guys have favorites? Maybe a top 6 favorite horror movies of all time?
Well, I'll tell you, for me, I guess my favorite, and people will laugh because of the claymation and stuff, but I'll tell you, I've probably watched Evil Dead 1, 2, and 3 at least 600 times. It's just one of those movies I can put on. I know every scene, every part, every line, but I still look at it as what it was. It was groundbreaking at the time. And it still fascinates me and amuses me. And, you know, there was a place over here in Tampa called Unique Video, and they used to get really strange horror movies from around the world, Cannibal Holocaust. There's a whole litany of other ones. But, you know, for me, Evil Dead is just the one. And they've really, there's a few movies that come out nowadays that are groundbreaking still, and that actually have creativity and originality in the kill scenes or the chase scenes. But Evil Dead for me was the one that always stood out as being unique. You know, and I think that's what we're doing in Skinharvest. We don't want to follow anybody else's footsteps or copy what's been done or rehash something and remake it into something new. We want to be unique in our own way, and I appreciate that about horror movies that follow the same type of concept.
Definitely, yeah. I know that you guys are trying to translate a lot of emotions into your work. Are there any horror films you feel that translated a gamut of emotions as opposed to just straight fear or cheap, you know, scares?
Yeah, well, there's one that stands out for me, and it's called Night Shift, and that was a horror movie that not only was emotional, but you know, I can't say I've watched a horror movie and had some freaky nightmares, but boy, I'll tell you, man, the emotion in that and the suspense, and it wasn't even a brutal slasher film, but it was more of I guess what you want to say, a tension builder. And it's almost like the way as a filmmaker or as a musician, you want to build that tension and then give release to the audience, and then come back and build it again so that they can experience the ups and the downs of it. And that movie Night Shift really did that for me. That was one that I enjoyed immensely.
Hey, can I get on a little movie level here with you on as far as actors and like motivation and whatever? I want to run something by you guys. I've gotten offered to be an actor numerous times and to read scripts, and I always turned it down. And you know why? Because they're like, "Will you cut your hair?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
I want to tell you guys something, right? Here's how intuitive I am.
Okay? Buddy.
Yeah, he's shaved, but listen, here's the deal. When you watch a horror flick, there's always a scene in a horror movie that drives you home. Like, it hits you, right?
Right.
There's a movie called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Do you know what in that movie is the nail gun to the head? Leatherface comes out, grabs the woman, goes back. I don't care if he's hitting her in the head with a hammer, doing whatever. Do you know what the nail gun is, the money shot? He slams the freezer door. Boom! That means I've got you. I've got you.
There's no blood. There's no nothing.
The door slams.
It's pure emotion.
The door slams. And you're thinking this. What's going to happen where he's taking her once the door slams? That's the money shot. Boom! It's a freezer door.
When you can bring that level of emotional connection,
yeah, baby.
I'll tell you, the listener or the viewer, it really sets their mind to work. And that's something we really appreciate about it. You know?
Think about it this way. If we film a movie right now, we're playing out in the swamp, Skinharvest, and there's a skunk ape, a Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it in every other culture,
fucking rattle
coming through, we're not going to do it B-flip style. We're going to take what, I got a friend of mine, not to go off subject, named Wes Gerner. He runs a thing called Bigfoot Hotspot Radio on YouTube. Mm-hmm. He will not interview anybody if it's not factual. And he goes, just do this to me, dude. Don't lie. Don't lie. Yeah. Tell me what you see. and it's the same sequence every time. It's 8 or 9 feet, chest built out like this, yardstick, big hairy shit, whatever. Is this something from the government? Is it lab incorporated or whatever? I'm not going to throw a guy in a fucking monkey suit and do a Skinharvest video in Georgia where I got good old boys drinking Jim Beam at 4:30 in the morning, because they will shoot you. They will shoot you. So I'm thinking to myself this: any idiot that would put a monkey suit on, you got a death wish.
Yeah.
So whatever you're seeing must be real. Otherwise, you're not getting any money, so why would you call up and lie about it?
Well, the other thing that I've noticed when he's listening to that is that these guys will call in with these stories, and they're emotional. They're either really scared,
they're like crying,
almost to the point of tears, and you start to wonder as you're just listening to their voice. You can feel that emotion when they talk, and
they're not lying.
Again, as musicians, that's something we want to be able to bring to people, to convey that emotion.
I guess what David's getting at is this: we don't fucking bullshit and we don't fuck around. If I'm going to sing a song, if I'm going to play drums, if I'm going to write lyrics about crack, heroin, hookers, Sasquatch, it will be truthful. I don't have time to screw around. I will tell you right from my heart what I've seen, what I've known, what we've done. So will he, so will the other members of the band. Or you know what? Why do it?
That's true.
Even if you don't get a paycheck, why bring it to the table? What, to fake art? Don't fake art. Be what you are and say what you are. That's it. Yay.
Sounds good. Okay,
I'm not a sweet guy. I'm not a good-looking guy, huh?
How about that? I mean, on the surface, very handsome.
I love this name right there. Yeah.
Half of Skinharvest is leaving.
Yeah, baby, you guys,
Great
man.
looking.
We need to get to Hawaii.
You do definitely need to come and play here and spread your music. And
Both of you, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I come there right now, if I come there without the band, you better have a pull-up couch, because I'm moving in. And I don't care if your wife doesn't like it or not. And I'm going to eat all the food out of your refrigerator. How does that sound? I want Hawaiian pork. Yeah, baby. Hawaiian pork. Hawaiian hot.
No. Well,
yeah.
Thank you guys very much for talking with us and telling us about your upcoming projects and the philosophy behind Skinharvest.
Man, this
we
was
love you guys.
Fun.
We love all the fans out there. Please visit us at Skinharvest on Facebook. I'm David Gemini on Facebook. Jason Mooney on Facebook. Send us a friend request or a message. We love you. We can't wait to see you. And we got new music coming very, very soon. We love all of you. And thank you.
Hey, one last thing I want to say is this.
Yeah.
If there's one nude beach in Hawaii, I'm coming. And I will wear my thorn.
Nice. We'll find.
And I don't want to get arrested.
Right on.
Mox and Ono, thank you so much for you guys' time today, man. We really appreciate it.
We really appreciate your time, man.
We love every one of you.
For sure.
Stay
man.
with Skinharvest. We're coming.
Right on.
We're coming for you, boys.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah,
like
you
my
too.
hair?
All right.
Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you, buddies.
All right. Peace.
All right, man. Bye.
This is a Nekko Media podcast.